1, 2, 3, come on!
Hello to all the peeps in this world. Remember when your siblings dropped Legos on the ground and you wanted to do a kind thing, so you cleaned it up? And on the way you also had to hurt yourself by stepping on one by accident? Or you also just wanted to play the hard boil versus raw egg challenge with your sibling, and then you got the raw egg and you had a huge mess on top of your head? Well, today I am drawing a world that no one, and when I mean literally no one, wants to live in. No one wants eggs on top of their head. And instead of Legos, which would be very tedious to draw and you wouldn't get to see this video, I did put some spiky stuff on the ground. Very pokey. So the first girl I'm drawing here is, okay, I don't really know her name. She's technically me, cause these personalities here, they relate to my family, even though, sorry bro, but I didn't add him in here. So she's like, why? Okay, I'm bored. Cause yes, I am always bored. Not with this drawing though. Which normally I am bored, so yeah. The next girl I'm drawing here is not my dad, because my dad is obviously a boy, but her personality is way too much like my dad. I had no intentions of making these girls like their attitude is or the way they think like my family members, but it just so happened to be the third girl I'm drawing, which you'll see after the sketching process. She is more like my mom. My dad doesn't like things so tidy, and not to mention, he also doesn't like stinky stuff, including, well, no one likes skunk stuff. But clearly, my dad would be the one who would be like, please, I don't want skunk stuff. Okay, so I finished the sketching and I went to the outlining. And here you'll see the girl who acts a lot like my mom. My mom is like Mrs. Fashionista. Or she's not exactly a fashionista. But definitely she won't let her clothing get dirty. Trust me. If something happens to her clothing, she's gonna be like, oh no, why me? And yes, definitely not too dramatic. I try not to act dramatic, but it just ended up to be sounding a bit dramatic. Clearly my favorite girl is the one which looks really bored, annoyed, you know. Okay, actually no. That is my favorite girl, but my favorite part about this drawing is that embarrassed / kind of cute, kind of derpy little skunk dude. Cause he's just so cute. I love it. He's just looking behind like, oopsie, that wasn't my fault. It was the other skunk on the road beside this, which there's no road on this land. Cause of course the tires are gonna get flattened by the spikes on the ground, as you may see from my sketch. This took me forever. It just took so dang long. I was very hesitant on coloring the bench, but of course I had to do it because I couldn't just erase it, otherwise it'll look like she's sitting so comfortably in the air when actually her back and her legs would feel very, very tired and very uncomfortable and very stressed. Those adjectives, I don't even know if that works with this drawing, but you know. Clearly the bombs in the back just make those girls look really stupid, as they are sitting outside when it's raining eggs, which no one wants eggs on their head. But unfortunately, the bored-looking girl has got an egg-tastic mess. And you realize she's also wearing the best t-shirt. Because you know me, if you saw the video where I turned myself into a celebrity, you may have known those are my favorite kind of t-shirts, dresses, yada yada yada. But yeah. Of course she was dumb enough to do that. And forget the fact that she's even outside. Anyway, outlining is done. Coloring took like forever. As I said, the whole drawing took like maybe a few hours. Okay, maybe not few. It took me more than a day. Maybe not a day. I can't tell you how many hours. I wasn't monitoring that. But definitely took me a good few hours. When I mean good few hours, it was pretty good. Like maybe 8 hours or so. It was just really time consuming, if that's what I could possibly say. But coloring was the most time consuming part. And also, I may have mentioned it, but I do remove the bombs when I'm coloring this off camera. Because I don't want my videos to be more than 15 minutes. That being said, I had to do some work off camera, but, you know, it came out great at the end. And so did my parents like it. So coloring, yeah, as I said, was very time consuming. There were too many eggs to color in. I did waste my time on those bombs in the sky because at the end, as I said, I erased them. But those bombs actually did take a lot of space in the sky, so I'm glad I removed that, because like if I did keep it, well, it would have looked good, but it would just look like these girls are fools, pure fools. Luckily they didn't have fire on it, but if they touched the sun, I bet actually they would probably burn before they were able to go bomb. Get it? Okay, that wasn't very interesting. My jokes are horrible. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so you may be asking, who was your favorite girl to color in? Well, for the hair, most obvious my favorite girl. At the end, her hair came so shiny and wish I had that hair. Like, my hair just, I haven't washed it in weeks. That's what I can tell you. And it just came, like, she's a lot more better caretaker than me. And yeah. So, the skirt, I was very hesitant when it comes to doing black. Because when I outline, I do black all the time. I don't like go in and do like a darker shade of the color that I color the thing in. Wow, that's a mouthful. Yeah. And yeah, my throat is very dry. But I'll go get some water after this. Anyway, that's not the point, getting water after this. The point is, actually, what is the point? Oh, yes, to create a world that no one wants to live in. So let me give you a tour of my drawing, just because it's very weird and very awkward and very no. So we got some raining eggs, which but no one wants. A trash can with a skunk on it, bleeding juice of greenness. Ew, that sounds terrible. And then we've also got the sun, the dripping sun, which looks so pretty. It just like drippity drip. I mean, honestly, someone would probably get burned. Luckily, the girl sitting on the bench did not get burned. That would have been terrible. And yeah, the sun, first I was like, no girl, just no, and no. But then I was like, okay, that looks amazing. The highlights really made a difference once I added it to the end. Okay, now moving on with the clouds. So you may be wondering, you normally, or if I never did a background on my channel, I do normally do white clouds in a more fluffier looking manner. But since it's a world that no one wants to live in, of course I couldn't just put nice fluffy white clouds. I needed to put poisonous, deadly clouds. Luckily no one can reach clouds, but still, you know? Okay, so I did want to see how it looked without the outline, and it looked very messy. That's why I always need an outline in my life. Clearly the eggs were just, oh yeah. I go back to out the shadows in that egg because I totally forgot. The biggest egg didn't get a shadow. I could just add really tiny eggies, but of course I did not add tiny eggs. I was too lazy, and there's so much going on in the drawing that I couldn't possibly add 100 tiny eggs into the drawing. That would just be too time consuming. Let's not mention how boring that would be. So I think the extra big thingamabobs look pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Now coloring the bombs, which was a waste of time, as I said. It was clearly useless, cause like, yeah. And it was actually a bit fun too, cause it was very simple, wasn't very time consuming. And yeah, so but I did remove it. It came out. It looked a lot better without it. It looked like the girls, even though they're really dumb to stand in a place raining eggs. Of course, it wasn't that bad, or you know, doesn't make them look that dumb. Anyways, hope you like my drawing, which will appear in a few seconds, and see you all next time. Bye.